Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. How about this key? La 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 la. Maybe that's the one. La la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la. Ya la 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 la.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos. I hope you've had a good week. I'm happy to celebrate Shabbat along with Gordon tonight. Nice to see some of you I haven't seen in a little while. There's a lot going on in this country. There's a lot going on in this world. Some of it causes a lot of anxiety. Some of it, believe it or not, is still cause for celebration. And we are happy that about a week ago, 3 young Israeli women were set free from their captivity in Gaza. And 4 more, I believe, are scheduled to be released in the coming days. So I know that all of us continue to hope and pray for peace in Israel and in the region and in the world. We are celebrating not only Shabbat tonight, we are also celebrating January birthdays and one particular milestone birthday for the month of January, and that is Audrey Lieberstein, who is sitting right there in the front row. So happy birthday to you, Audrey. I'm going to call you up a little bit later in the service to offer some words to you, and we have a little surprise for you as well. But we had a number of people come in early to help set up the beautiful oneg that is waiting for us after services. And I know Robin Stern spearheaded that effort. So Robin, if you, along with whoever else was involved in setting up the oneg tonight in Audrey's honor, would come up and help light the Shabbat candles, that would be great. And everyone else can follow on page 120 in your prayer books. You can use this too. If you want, you can use that one and this one.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu l'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel Shabbat.
You guys are pros. You know, sometimes when people come to light candles, we get the Hanukkah melody, we get other melodies. It's all okay. We're a welcoming community, but you guys know the quote unquote traditional one for Friday night. We're going to continue with another song, a song about peace. Shalom Aleichem on page 142. Shalom Aleichem,
Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nida Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
The Chatzi Kaddish is on page 144.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'cha yechon uv'yom echon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kariv V'imeru, Amen. Yehesh mirabba mevarach, la'olam u'lomei almaya, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yithalev, v'yithalav, shemei d'kudesha barichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amihiram bi'alma, v'imeru, Amen.
We turn now to our call to worship, the Baruch Hu, on page 146. If you are able, please rise.
Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach Yisbarach le'olam va'ed.
Please remain standing and join me at the top of page 149. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Mahuto Leholam Va'ed. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivdecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'aderech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam la'ot al yadecha v'hayu latotafot bein einecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Please join me at the top of 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh, Nora tehilot osef eleh, Nora tehilot osef eleh, malchutecha pra'uvanecha, okei ayam Lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Zeli anu v'amru Adonai imlo leolam va'ed. Chamocha Bailim Adonai Chamocha Nedar Bakodesh Nura Tehilo O Sefer Lev Nura Tehilo O Sefer Lev Nura Tehilo O Sefer Lev.
Page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, va'al Yerushalayim.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
The Amidah is on page 164. Again, if you are able, please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagit tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarai, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Hagadol, Hagibor, v'Honora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, u'mevi geula livnei v'neihem, L'ma'an shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozeru Moshia Umagen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atarav lehoshia. Mashiv haruach umorid hagashem. Mechalkel chayim b'chesed. Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim v'rofei cholim. Umatir asurim. Umekayem emunato. Lishenei afar. Michamocha ba'gavurot. Umidom melach. Melech memit umechayeh. Umatmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim v'kol yom yahalaluch haselah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Page 180. The English, 3/4 of the way down or so. 2/3 down. May the words of my mouth. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. Amen.
We pause now at this point in our service to think of those in need of healing on this Shabbat, healing of body, healing of spirit, and healing of heart. And we ask God to bestow the bracha, the blessing of refuah shlema, full and complete healing on the following men and women from our community or those known and loved by those in our congregation. Ilana Massey, Kevin Brackett, Michelle Camisia, Kirk Whitlatch, Kathy Rotto, Aaron Ledden, Rachel Sadek, Michaela Cohen, Diane Rotto Persile, Tracy Adams, Joan Wilmert, Kim Stevens, James Lynch, Don Copeland, Nancy Pollock, Pat Shapiro, Denise Robinson, Rachel Friedman, Debbie Alter Starr, Paula Schwartz Perville, Ann Levinson, Marty Spitz, Joyce Sheffrin, Connie Billy, Carl Rice, Farrah Garber, Judy Feiner, and Stephen Schoenfeld. And if anyone here has the name of someone they'd like to add, I invite you to please do so.
Susie Frisch, Annie Langell, Janet Goodman, Masha Ewing, Sarah and Heather Cohen, my grandfather Ernesto, Jean Gordon, Angel Lozada,
The Misha Berach is on page 511.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Mikor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mikor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos again to everyone. It's nice to see such a great turnout tonight. I'm guessing you're all here to hear my brilliant insights into the Torah portion of the week. Audrey, I think they're here for you, not for me. More on that momentarily. But I do have a few things I would like to say about the reading for this Shabbat. First of all, I want to reference last week's Torah portion. And in last week's Torah portion, Shemot, which is the very beginning of the book of Exodus, God appears to Moses in this very famous episode through a burning bush. And the future leader of the people of Israel is filled with a sense of awe and humility. Moses immediately takes off his sandals and listens intently to what God has to say. God has marked well the plight of the Israelites in Egypt and has heeded their outcry. We learn about this during the Passover Seder. God is mindful of their sufferings. God will rescue them from their bondage and bring them to a land flowing with milk and honey. But God needs a human surrogate. So God says to Moses through this burning bush, "Come therefore, I will send you to Pharaoh, and you shall free my people, the Israelites, from Egypt." Can you imagine what an enormous ego trip this must have been for a simple shepherd, a man plucked from obscurity to lead his people in almost messianic fashion from slavery to freedom? That's what we celebrate on Passover. Who wouldn't have jumped at the chance for such glory and accolade? But rather than eagerly accepting his special election and privileged status, Moses instead questions God's decision. Mi anochi, who am I, he asks, that I should go to Pharaoh to free the Israelites? Moses' response is not unheard of in the Hebrew Bible. The prophet Jonah, who we read about when? When do we read the book of Jonah? Yom Kippur afternoon. The prophet Jonah says, he also resists the divine call to lead. And so does the prophet Jeremiah. But there is a key difference. Whereas Jonah and Jeremiah resist the call because they don't want to bear the burden and feeling of isolation that comes with being a prophetic leader, Moses expresses doubt about his own worthiness. When called by God, Moses doesn't question the order, he questions himself. Now, in this week's Parsha, in this week's Torah portion, Vayera, God answers Moses' question. Who am I? And in doing so, God also addresses his resistance, but in an indirect way. The Torah portion begins, God spoke to Moses and said to him, I am the Eternal. I appeared to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as El Shaddai, but I did not make myself known to them by my name, Yud-He-Vav-He. We can't even pronounce the name. And then God explains to Moses how this theophany, this profound moment of revelation, is qualitatively different from God's earlier appearances to and relationships with the patriarchs. None of them knew God's personal name. None of them interacted with God in such close partnership. And none of them ever led their people to the very entrance of the Promised Land. 40 years later, at the very conclusion of the Torah, the text makes it clear that Moses was held in very special regard by God, unique among the many and varied characters in the Bible. Never again, it says, did there arise in Israel a prophet like Moses, whom the Lord singled out face to face, panim el panim. While we don't know exactly what it meant for Moses to know God panim el panim, face to face, we can infer that it involved a unique level of intimacy that no one else in the Hebrew Bible ever realized. The biblical patriarchs, for example, they might have experienced God, they might have spoken to God and interrelated with God, but none of them ever encountered God's true essence, God's personhood. In a term that the Jewish theologian Martin Buber, who some of you may have read, would most likely have used, only Moses had an I-thou relationship with the Almighty. When Moses resists the divine call and asks God, "Who am I?" in the famous scene at the burning bush, he expresses a heartfelt and deep humility that serves as a model for all of us who strive for moral and spiritual rectitude. And when God answers him in this week's Torah portion, God implies that it is only someone of such humble character that is worthy of the mantle of leadership, strong enough to liberate the Israelites from slavery in Egypt, and enlightened and evolved to a degree that make an intimate and ultimately successful relationship with God possible. It is a model of moral and spiritual maturity that all of us should try to emulate now in our own time, especially in our leaders. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. We are going to continue with the Aleinu on page 586. If you're able, please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורר עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Audrey, actually, would you not be seated? I would like you to come up here to the bima and stand next to me. And in a minute. And I would also like to invite anyone who has a January birthday to come on up as well. Audrey, you can come right here. We'll give you the place of honor right here. Careful, careful. You guys, why don't you stand up? All the January birthdays. We have a lot of January birthdays. That's right. March was, Henny said March was a busy month. So now, as I said at the outset of services, there's a lot going on in the world, and I don't need to tell all of you that life can be challenging sometimes. But often in life, we get to celebrate birthdays, another trip around the sun. And we are so happy to celebrate the simcha of all of your birthdays up here tonight, but especially yours, Audrey, because 100 is quite a milestone. I know you have seen a lot, you have experienced a lot, the joys, the hardships, and you have been a member of this congregation. Do you remember when you joined or when you moved to Napa?
1994.
Was that Napa or the congregation? Both.
Both.
So you joined the congregation right when you moved to Napa?
Within the first 6 months.
Within the first 6 months. If only everybody who was Jewish when they moved to Napa joined the synagogue within the first 6 months. Well, even back then, 30 years ago, roughly, you set an example. And you continue to set an example. I, as you know, last week went to the Meadows to pay a visit to most of our residents who live there, and you were the first person that I saw. And you had your dog with you, and your dog's name again?
Toby.
Toby, that's right, I had forgotten.
I was going to bring him. My daughter said, no, it's too much.
Okay, well, next time you can bring, we have another dog here, we have Eliza, but you can bring Toby the next time. But I saw you and Toby right away, and it was obvious to me right away at the Meadows that you're the mayor. You are the mayor of the Meadows. Everyone knows Audrey. Everyone likes Audrey. Audrey knows everybody. And you're sort of the mayor of CBS as well. And I think that's why we have so many people here celebrating this wonderful milestone birthday for you tonight. So I am so happy for you. And I know everyone here is happy to celebrate with you. We wish you and everyone here observing a birthday in January many more years of happiness and health and peace. And we hope to see more of you here as often as you can get here. And I'd like to offer you and everyone a blessing to mark this day with.
I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed every day.
You're very blessed every day? Okay, well then I'm just going to add a little gravy to that. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. May God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisad Adonai panav elecha v'yasim lecha shalom. May God's presence be with you and grant you peace. And let us all say, Amen. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, please be seated. Thank you. Oh, wait, Audrey, you can be seated too, but we have a little surprise. Go ahead and take your seat. I'd like to call up Rona Brackett. Where's Rona? You're right here. And all of you should have, or most of you should have a song sheet in front of you. Rona has a song, Audrey, that she would like to sing in your honor. I guess she wants to keep you up here, okay? Okay.
Okay, so this is a song that I passed out.
You might want to.
It's very funny and it's
hold this
very
too.
happy. So, and Audrey loves shows and musicals.
Rona, you need to speak. You need to.
To all our operas.
Rona, you need to speak into the mic.
Audrey, I've known Audrey for 40 years, and And she's always been going to every concert you ever saw in your life. And she still goes to Jarvis, right?
Yeah.
And so, this song, I have to go over I'm going to teach it to you, okay? And it's really easy to sing, okay? If you're going to just remember that. It's easy, and you can talk it if you don't want to sing it. God danced the day you were born. Can you sing that? God danced the day you were born. The angels did the bump from Gabriel's horn. The angels did the bump on Gabriel's horn. God danced the day you were born. So grateful for the gift of you. So just everybody sing it together now. God danced the day you were born. The angels whipped the bump on Gabriel's horn. God danced the day you were born. So grateful for the gift of you. I saw God do the funky chicken, stepping and a kicking in blue suede shoes. I saw God do the boogaloo too, so grateful for the gift of you. Some folks say that long ago God could not dance to save his soul, but people, I've seen him shake that jelly roll. Grateful for the gift of you. God danced the day you were born. The angels did the bump on Gabriel's horn. God danced the day you were born. So grateful for the day of you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. That was beautiful. Okay, Audrey, you can grab your seat. Happy birthday again. I'd like to ask everyone to turn to page 552. I mentioned the release of those young Israeli hostages and the upcoming release of several more, and there's a prayer for the state of Israel and the people of Israel that I'd like us to read on 552 at the top of the page. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. It is now my honor and privilege to invite board member Laura Schumer to share some important announcements with all of us tonight.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, okay. And you all know at that time, it's time for announcements. I'm sure Linda was singing with me. All right. We are still having a need for wine, especially the one that tastes good. So if you are willing to donate some wine, that would be fantastic. Also, if you'd like to donate a vehicle or a boat that you're no longer using, you can donate it to CBS, kind of like that, as I mentioned before, like cars for kids. CBS will receive 80% of the sale price, and it's a tax write-off for the person who donates. I don't know about that. Tomorrow, we are having an amazing fundraiser. Focus on the fun. It's Bagels and Bubbles, and we are expecting quite a lot of people, and we're really excited. You could still show up tomorrow, even if you didn't register, but it is an opportunity as well to start another fundraiser, which is we are going to be starting tomorrow a kickoff for a fundraiser for CBS where we can buy trees in Israel, and we're going to offer the chance for people, you won't buy it tomorrow because it's Shabbat, but you can put your name on a list to order some trees, and we would like to make a grove in the forest of Israel, CBS Grove. So if you would be interested, you will see more things coming out in the next newsletter. You can also do it, but tomorrow will be the first day we're officially offering that opportunity. Shorashim will be held on Sunday, January 26th, so on Sunday at 9:45, as well as all the teens can go bowling from 2 to 4 p.m. with the rabbi. How's your game?
Not very good.
Okay, so they'll do well. You can celebrate National Puzzle Day on Wednesday, January 29th with a race at 6 p.m., and it's open for anyone ages 12 and up. Support your religious school students next Friday night. So the second and third graders will be here to help lead the service. So if you're able to come and cheer them on, that would be wonderful. And we will also be celebrating on the Ufruf of Matthew and Kate in preparation for their wedding. So 2 fabulous celebrations. On February 2nd, there will be a wine and cheese reception for religious school parents at the home of Rabbi and Carolyn. Thank you so much. And they will be holding a New Year, New Jew service to honor, celebrate, and embrace the conversion of Judaism of Amy Hall and Andrew Wallach on, is that the February 7th too?
I think it's the 7th or the 2nd.
Is it also the 7th? Okay,
Yeah,
February
7th.
2nd, and then February 7th for the New Year, New Jew. And then, get ready, March 15th, it's coming, the Purim Masquerade Ball. So get out your costumes if you want to, you don't have to, but it should be fun for a night of dancing and some food and some fun cocktails along the way. And in case you haven't, the most recent newsletter is always available on the CBS homepage, and you can also check it out in the lobby. I think there's copies out there. And happy birthday, I think we saw a lot of them tonight. Audrey, of course, with 100. I'm not going to say it 100 times, but times 100. Gwen Rendau, Judy Beisel, Robert Solomon, Barbara Nemko, Anna Charney, Megan Charney, Roy Barosh, Ruby Finkelstein, and Luke Simon Fatui. Sorry. And there are no anniversaries, apparently. So January is not a great month for marriages, I guess. Or not popular, not popular. All right. Have a wonderful evening, weekend. Hopefully we'll see some of you tomorrow. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. As we reach the end of our service, we think of those who are no longer with us, those who have died both recently and in seasons past. We think of the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We remember those who have died during the past year. Jerry Mautner, Lauren Bisberg, Terry Schwartz, Chava Pearl Bat Herschel Veroz Gittel, Victor Lynn, Rosella Bernstein, Morris Feynman, Frank Glickman, Dee Copeland, Dr. Rodney Block, Eileen Gotkin, Eugene DePasqua, Barbara Balick, Debbie Mendelson, Peter LeBand, Michael Blend, Renee Mayer, William Powell Hudson, David Folkman, and David Ash. We also remember and honor the art sites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Noah J. Stern, Aubrey Farb, Helen Goodman, Isaac Sternklar, Musa Nehare, Jeffrey Lance Gobler, Jewel Altman, David S. Eisenstark, Richard Silverman, Felice Hauser, Lillian Gross, Raphael Stanley Krausen, Chaim Vitali Sulam, Muriel Grouse, Gershon Ben David, Ruth Jones, Jerry Mikulski, Sardu Washington Abrams, Rebecca Weidler, Sydney Goldstein, and Rose Barish. And if anyone has a name they'd like to add, I invite you to please share it with us. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei rabbah, be'alma divrach erutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, b'gala uv'izman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'alam u'lamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudsha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran ba'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imrumav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace grant peace to all those in mourning and comfort to all those who are bereaved, and let us all say amen. Please be seated. I want to thank again Robin Stern and the crew that put together the oneg that is waiting for us in a moment. And thank you, Gordon. I missed you last week. Mara did a great job, but it's great to have you back leading services.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you're going to give us a closing song before the Kiddush and Motzi.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
No,
Okay.
I just like to watch the fear in his...
Well, Gordon, I've been working with Gordon for almost 8 years now. I learned early on that he's kind of a wild card. So I wouldn't be surprised if you just said, good night, everybody, and walked over there. But I know he's a pro, and he will find something to sing tonight.
Sure, we'll find something. We're going to end with the Oseh Shalom at the end of the Kaddish. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
Please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pori hagafen. Amen.
L'chaim. Now I want to do something a little different tonight for the Motzi. I want to reintroduce a ritual that we did up until COVID that I think it's time we can do again. So if you can, please reach forward and touch the person either next to you or in front of you, and we're going to all connect with a challah up front.
What am I doing?
And as we bless the challah, we bless one another. Baruch atah
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'tei avon.
Shabbat Shalom and happy birthday.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom.